Welcome to the third map of this best of 5 series. Now after I won the first map and after I lost the second map, this series is tied 1-1, and with the map pool that we decided to play on, the remaining maps after Terenas Stand would be Turtle Rock and Secret Valley. Now, me not being as comfortable on Turtle Rock as I am on, for example, Terenas Stand against Orc, and the same goes for Secret Valley to a certain extent as well. With that being the case, I knew that I had to get something done on Terenas Stand. Terenas Stand is by far my favorite map in the Human vs Orc matchup, for the reason that before the Orc can actually harass me if he harasses in early, I can manage to creep this whole spot, and then I only need one kill here of those 3 apprentice wizards to get my level 2. So I basically get a level 2 for free, and I will get it for sure, not on, for example, Echo Isles, where in the first game we could see Grubby stole one of the troll trappers there, and denied my level 2 for a long time, which means I don't have Brilliance Aura, and my mana pool suffers quite a lot. So Terenas Stand is definitely in my favor, not only because of that basically free level 2, but also because there's so many green camps here on the map, as you can see on the mini-map. There's so many creep camps that I can, for example, this I can solo creep with my Archmage and Water Mantle, while creeping this with my Footman, and I can go for a lot of so-called evasion creeping, which makes it so I have a really good chance at actually getting level 3 before tier 2 tech finishes, which is what I would want to get, if possible. Now Grubby didn't go for another Farseer game, he decides to go for the Blade Master again. Seems to be more comfortable with that one in Terenas Stand. And I just do a standard Goblin Lab creep into this and try to get my level 2. I see that he's coming already with my Footman Scout, and Grubby decided to instantly go for Harass, because if he doesn't, and instead creeps this and this to get his own level 2, by the time he arrives to harass me, I will have already crept this, which means I'm really close to level 3 already, and from Grubby's point of view, it is better for him to harass instantly, and, well, compared to creeping level 2 first and then harassing. So he does that, he instantly gets a hit on my Archmage. He wants to make sure he doesn't take much damage, so he still has a good trade, because he doesn't have healing salves yet, so he has to conserve his HP and still be able to harass. Now I get my level 2, Grubby's just sticking around here, and I was actually scared of a Windwalk Blade Master, that's why I didn't kill this one yet, because he also yields the item. And if this one drops Slivers of Agility, that would be really good for Grubby. Now I get the creep, but he gets the Slivers of Agility actually, which is a really good item for Blade Master. He gets his first experience points as well with that Water Mantle kill. And another thing on Terenas Stand is, it's quite easy to get an early tech as human, because this is quite easy to Militia creep. And after that I don't instantly need to pull Militia again for something if he's harassing, so I got quite an early tech compared to his. It's, well, still quite far behind, but that's kind of normal for Human Mirror. Not for Human Mirror, for Human vs Orc, excuse me. And now comes a really crucial part of this early game. It's almost 7 PM in game time, which means 7 PM boots become available, and Grubby wants those, and I definitely want those as well. And I know that he is probably distracted right now a little bit with his Blade Master here, so I try to go for the 4-man Footman Surround on a grunt, and I actually get it. And this is a pretty big deal, because getting a grunt early game is really nice. Grubby in the meantime, he was busy with pulling creeps and windwalking, and I was just tanking the creeps, waiting for the boots, and I managed to get them. Maybe because of better ping, maybe he didn't pay attention, I don't know. But I got the boots, which is quite a big deal. And I get this grunt. Still, I lose my Footman for it, but trading a Footman for a grunt, I would take the trade any day. And I decided not to lose any time and instantly go for this creep here, because I'm not entirely sure if I could have done much in his main base. And I wouldn't have been able to actually. Without level 2 Water Medals and without Footman, I can't do much with my solo Archmage. Maybe if his third burrow is still being built, but I wouldn't have been there in time to cancel it, so I went for the safe route, try to get closer to level 3. And Grubby in the meantime, he knows that it's hard to find me on this map because there's so many green spots I could be at, and he decides to just creep this to get a little bit of XP and item, and also deny me a creep slot that I would like to take at some point. Now, I see again that he's still around. I also want to go for his creep. I have Dust, and he didn't pay full attention to his grunt. He was busy buying boots, so I get another grunt around. He can glitch him out though, with that Windwalk kind of abuse, you could say. But he loses a lot of HP for it. He had to wait for the Windwalk cooldown, I believe. And my militia duration is too low to still take this creep, I feel, so I sent him back. But Grubby has a real low HP grunt, real low HP Blade Master, so he can't do much right now. Actually, now would have been a good time to maybe Tower Rush, but a problem I had with this series, which I only realized after we played it, is I was really focused on mostly one strategy that I played at the time, which was tier 2 expansion. Maybe with, like, sometimes without expansion, but usually it was just tier 2 expansion, and I didn't really go for tower rushes that much, or for example Beastmaster play, so again I go into double Arcane Sanction and Mountain King, as on the last two maps. Well, the first two maps, I guess. And I get my level 3 now, which is really quite nice. Grubby got his level 2, his Shadowhunter is out. And I'm basically just waiting for my MK and my Arcane Sanctions to finish, so I can go for more creeping, and I really need those Sorks to be able to be safe against this Blade Master. And going forward in this game, I wasn't exactly sure what my plan was. I wanted to go for the tier 2 expansion, as I said, that's like the strategy I was really focused on at the time. And I knew that Grubby was not in too good of a position. Like, he lost the grunt early game, he had real low HP Blade Master and grunts. So I decided to go for Harass, because I thought I was in a good position to do so. I saw his Blade Master Windwalking and instantly dusted him, so I can cancel the heal. Which is a gold loss for Grubby, which is of course nice for me. And I just try to keep the pressure up. I know his Blade Master is low HP, he can't just easily turn around and fight. I know that he doesn't have End Snare yet, because he's still upgrading it. Because, well, his trader just popped out, so I know that End Snare comes after that, and that made me realize that he doesn't have it yet. And I've got my Storks coming, so I want to chase him, because I know I can take this fight. And I split my army, so he can just run one way. But now my Archmage is a bit too aggressive. Grubby still hasn't decided to go for him though. He instead decides to go for the Mountain King, and he got one of Lightning Shield early, and that's quite a big deal. It deals so much damage. But in the meantime, he hurt his own grunt. I managed to pick the grunt off. But now he had End Snare and Hex and deals a lot of damage to my Archmage. I try to be careful about my Mountain King. I already swapped boots to him, so my Archmage has to be super careful. End Snare is on cooldown, so I know I am quite safe. I saw his Blade Master, so he doesn't deal too much damage. Got another Stork coming here. In the meantime, I was chasing his Spirit Walker and almost killed him with the rest of my army. And now I know I'm kind of in trouble, but if I micro this really well, I can't really lose my heroes. He only has one End Snare. I know that he's out of mana, so no more Hex. I tried to get a Clarity on Mountain King to get on that bolt, but got it cancelled quite early. And he uses the End Snare on my Sork, another one of Lightning Shield. He wants to get everything done that he possibly can. And he will have another End Snare soon. No Hex though. And I decided to go for this round on his Shadowhunter. The issue with this was, I still had my Archmage in the group of my Footmen, Water Elemental and Spellbreakers, so my Archmage tried to help with this round basically, because I didn't manage to get him out of the group early enough, else I wouldn't have been able to do this round, I think. So I have to TP out. I still get a Shadowhunter now, almost a Raider, but not quite. And I think I'm in a nice position. I have more priests coming. I already have 2 priests, so I can heal up quickly. My base is closed, there's no chance of him killing my hero, even though he might have had a Windwalk. And he pulled away those 2 units with real low HP, and he got that Raider as well on real low HP, so he saved quite some units. Still, I got the Shadowhunter. He only has level 1 Shadowhunter, level 2 Blade Master, whereas I have level 3 Archmage, level 1 MK, which is still almost equal, you could say. But I still know I'm in quite a good position, and I also thought that Grubby wouldn't want to be aggressive much more right now, because he's so hurt, and instead would go for creeping, trying to get his level 3 Shadowhunter. That's what I expected. So I thought, hey, this is a nice time to go for an expansion. I bought double Ivory Tower, I pulled a Militia and creeped the spot. I don't set the towers up right away because I want to set them up here where those enforcers stand. And I built this Renegade Wizard just to make sure I get the kill and the item. I didn't have dust, so I could make sure that Blade Master's here or not. Now 4 Priest is quite a lot, so I got more Storks. I get Tome of XP as well, which is really nice. Brings me closer to this level 3 Mountain King. And what I also would really like to have is level 4 Archmage for the level 2 Brilliance aura. Now in the meantime, Grubby crept this, and this he crept earlier, so he only crept this so far, and goes for the expansion spot as well now. Almost level 3 Blade Master, level 2 Shadow Hunter. And he gets his Shadow Hunter solo XP. He gets a Tome of Experience as well, so I guess it's just fair. And he has that double level 3 now, while I still don't have level 3 Mountain King or level 4 Archmage, and I'm camping at this spot here because I want to make sure my expansion goes up. I wasn't entirely sure if he would come with his Blade Master to scout our harass, and I also kind of expected him to scout more for expansions after that first game on Echo Isles. But he didn't really anticipate it, or maybe just wanted to creep more with his blade as well to get that done faster. Now I scout his main base with an illusion to see what's up there. And I already know that he didn't break upkeep yet. First of all, he lost quite a lot of units early game, and also he didn't have anything building right here, except for Spirit Lodge, but that was an upgrade. Well, I didn't know, of course, but still. It would be just too early to break upkeep for him, I feel. Now I get this round as Coda while he was trying to get this creep here. He instantly turned around, glitches out his Coda out of this round with the Windwalk, and I can almost get the Coda. Well, I can actually get it, but it was quite close. And I decide to TP out. I know that I can't take this fight really, not against double level 3 if I don't have my level 4 or level 3 Mountain King yet. Especially because I just invested into his expansion, which together with the towers is more than 500 gold, and I know that I'm a little bit behind regarding army because of that, so I didn't want to take this fight, especially if my hero levels are lower than his. Now Grubby knows that I'm not instantly, suddenly, like, in a good position to fight, so he wants to take this spot, he wants to get a big consumable item. Manages to get a 1 of mana ceiling, which is definitely quite nice. Greater mana pot would have been the best for him, or greater invul pot, I think. But 1 of mana ceiling is still not too bad. Now he still has that spot from me, so it's 1 less item and less experience for me. I still get those 2 though, which is quite some nice experience, and I need every bit of experience I can get now. In the meantime, Grubby decides to take this camp, gets an Gloves of Haste, so he's really stacked on items on his heroes, while I have no items at all from creeping. Because the ones I had I sold because they weren't that good. Now the fight breaks out, I still don't have level 3 and level 4, so I just try to focus out some raiders to maybe be able to run away from this fight instead of having to TP, if I get rid of all this ensnare. It's really hard to actually kill a unit though without level 2 bolt, and with so few spellbreakers, so I decided to pull Militia as well. I knew that this fight would be really hard. I try to get the Coda now, which would be a nice pickoff, and she also doesn't have Spirit Link on her. And I got that one. I got the Raider early as well, I think. And I'm really close to my level ups, but at this point I decided it's time to TP out. I don't have any more blocker line, my Militia out of duration, and I'm not willing to continue taking this fight. Even though Shadow Hunter was out of mana, I don't think I could have done much more here. And also, time is on my side in this game. I have an expansion running, I have that additional gold mine, so I'm mainly trying to buy time for that, to get my advantage going. Now I'm getting another heal scroll, another dust. I always want to make sure I have enough dust. I don't want to miss out on a Blade Master kill just because I don't have dust. I don't even have Priest Adept upgrade yet actually, so I was quite busy I guess. Or I actually forgot about it. I should be getting it right now, before breaking upkeep, but I guess I just messed up with the macro there. Now Grubby finally scouted my expansion. He knows that I have one, so now he definitely has to react to it. He could maybe anticipate it earlier already, but now he knows for sure. So let's see what he does about it. Now, I know also on the right side of the map there's not much creeps left. I know that this is probably still alive, but I decided not to try to go for it because I already expected him to be on the left side of the map, because there's no good reason for him to be on the right side of the map. And he also dropped a sentry ward here, which I didn't notice, so he perfectly sees me here all the time. He knows about my expo, and he just decides to take more creep spots. He's double level 4, which is quite high. I sent an Invis Elemental to scout and cancel it Voodoo Launch. And I'm summoning another one with Invis. I Invis this one as well. And I want to send him in again. I want to cancel out Voodoo Launch over and over again if possible. But one of my sorcerers gets caught. My Water Elemental doesn't come through. He sees it because of the Sentry Ward. He saw this one as well, but it went out of vision range of the Sentry Ward. And I try to get the Voodoo Launch, don't quite get it though, and he gets EXP for 2 level 2 Water Elementals, which is quite a lot. And especially now looking at those hero levels, I'm almost level 4 in my Archmage, and almost level 3 in my Mountain King. I just need 1 unit kill, no matter what unit I kill now, I get the double level up, which is really, really important. Then I would be a lot stronger, have that additional mana regen. I decided to go for Blizzard now because he has quite a lot of disable against Water Elementals, and with that expansion I'm getting a lot more breakers now, so I actually have the blocker line to use Blizzard really well. And I also scouted earlier that he was building up that expansion, so I know that at some point I will have to pressure this. And I want to try to do that before he gets his expansion up, because now he invested something into it, but he didn't get anything out of it yet. But still I have to take this quite slowly. My army is still not that big, and I'm quite scared of his army, especially because of his strong heroes. And what I'm also aware of is I have to desperately get 1 unit kill to get the double level up, else I lose a lot of momentum in the beginning of the fight. Grubby speed scrolls and instantly eats 2 of my spell breakers, which is quite a big deal. So that's instantly 6 supply gone. I moved a bit too far forward, so I have to move back again a bit. And I have to take this fight really slowly. I see that his blade is out of mana and he doesn't have Invul Pot or anything, but I can't really quite focus him, I thought. And also what's much more important is getting that 1 unit kill to get this double level up. And I tried to get this straight. I blocked him off here with a Spellbreaker, and I finally get this double level up that I really needed. I tried to kill more breakers, or at least focus them a bit. Because if I get rid of the raiders, he doesn't have Ensign, so he can't lock me into place, which makes kiting a lot easier. And as a result I lose those units. Now Grubby decide to use Clarity, but it instantly got cancelled by Blizzard, and his Shadowhunter is real low on mana. He used one of Malus Singing, so he has 1 more heal wave. Tries to go for an Archmage, but I'm prepared, I have that Invul Pot. Decide to pull it now before I take too much damage. And I decide to try to go for a return kill on his Blightmaster because he doesn't have anything to save himself with. He instantly Spirit Links again. I don't instantly get rid of it, so I can't deal enough damage. He kills the Spellbreaker, gets out of the surround, and is in a good position. But now, Grubby moved a bit too far forward. He's really low on mana, well, completely out of mana actually on his Spirit Walkers, as well as on a Shadowhunter, and his Blightmaster is real low HP, and I don't have Bolt, but still I can pressure him quite a bit. So without the DPS from his Blightmaster, without any heal, Spirit Link or Disenchant, I'm suddenly able to turn this fight around pretty heavily. I can pick a Kodo off, he has a hard time running away. I can still pick more units off, he instantly prepares with heal, clarity and everything. But he lost a Kodo, lost a Raider, and he will lose another Raider. But in the meantime he got his expansion up, only to Peon so far though, so he still didn't really get much out of it. It's still more of an investment than anything else. And I decided to not instantly run in again because I knew he had a little bit of time to heal up and clarity. And I also didn't want to take too big risks because my Archmage didn't have any items to save himself with, and I didn't have a healing scroll. And I can also use the time to heal up, get some mana on my own heroes because they are really low on mana as well. Now I got double healing scroll, Invul Pot on my Archmage, I have plenty of dust, and I decide to go for it again. Now it's 74 supply against 55, so I'm really quite far ahead. The difference though is Grubby is quite close to double level 5, and he has Scourge Bone Chime, so... well, and a Blightmaster packed full of items, so his heroes make quite a big difference. I decided to instantly go for Spirit Walkers because they're quite exposed. I have so many Spellbreakers that it's quite easy to kill those, especially if they have mana, because then my Spellbreakers deal bonus damage because they burn the mana. I get another Spirit Walker, so he's completely out of Spirit Link or Disenchant. And then I decide to go for Blightmaster because I know he can't Spirit Link anymore, he can't Disenchant slow or anything. But he goes for the counter surround on my MK, I have to pull Invul Pot. And he's just so tanky with that 10.5 armor that I can't really kill him even though he has no Spirit Link on. Now you could hear I bought a Zeppelin just to make sure I can save my MK because I knew I was around, I wasn't sure if I would get out of it. Zeppelin probably wouldn't have arrived in time, but I just wanted to make sure. It can still be nice for light on. And I micro away my spell breakers a bit. I was careful about my Mountain King. Used double heal scroll already. So that was quite a big investment. But now it's really my time to shine again. I have that mana regen with Level 2 Brilliance Aura. He's completely out of mana. And I can just pressure him a lot. I get this around on his Shadow Hunter. There's not really a good way to get out of there for him, except for TP, and he decides to TP out. Now I've got the Zeppelin, which is kind of useless now, but I just wanted to get it as a safety tool, and it can still be useful, of course. And now I'm in a splendid position. It's 65 supply against 39, so I'm really far ahead, and I still have my expansion running, while I'm killing his expansion. So I basically should have won this game at this point, but the thing is still, he has so many items on his heroes, and he has double level 5, while I have double level 4, well, almost level 5 Archmage, but I don't have any permanent items, so my heroes are a lot weaker than his in comparison. And also I only have 0/0 upgrades, well, no upgrades, basically, while Grubby has 1/1, so I should have gone for upgrades earlier, I think, but as far as I can remember, I didn't decide to go for them, because I was quite low on lumber most of the time. And now I'm saying to Militia, I want to try to secure this expansion with towers and just expand there again in order to pressure him into fighting, because I know that he doesn't really want to take a straight up fight if he can do something about it. And pressuring him that way would be really quite nice. He gets more creeping down the middle of the map, gets more tomes, and just denies experience from me. I tried to send a Zeppelin to scout this expansion spot now, but, well, he got caught by Ensnare. I had a Scout Footman running around the spot, I guess, but Grubby decided to instantly pick him off. And he has the Troll Witch Doctor, and he has sentry wards all over the place. So he knows exactly what's up. He also could have seen that my workers were running here. Or well, at least one of them. I guess I didn't even really want to go for towers, but rather just scout this to make sure he doesn't go for expansion straight away again. And I think I scouted him long distance mining. Actually, no, I didn't. But I thought that either he's long distance mining or he's building another expansion, and I was thinking that he's probably building another expansion, so I want to get rid of it. Instead of finding long distance mining, I just try to pick off as many workers as I can, hence I use Bolt. And he's pressuring me already. I have TP, so I can get there to defend it. But first I want to try to deal a bit of damage and wait for my Militia as well. But now I know I have to TP before he deals too much damage. I can't do too much here. I try to go for the shop, which would be a nice pick-off, but it's really time to TP before all my Militia die. And I did quite a big mistake here. I TP'd right into his army. I guess I wasn't expecting him to go for straight up fight, but I should have known that he would go for that, because I know that he doesn't have expansion, and going for straight up fight now is better than at any other point for him, because I still have gold income, he doesn't. So my Archmage is in quite a bad position, but I have Immo Pot and everything to save myself, so I should be okay. I Immo Pot right away, I didn't want to take too many risks. I tried to finally get out of here. I'm blocking myself quite a lot, my casters are in horrible positions. I should have instead TP'd, like, to this position. He tries to continue to go for my Archmage. I used Heal Scroll already as well, a lot of Invis, and in the meantime my Spellbreakers could drain quite some mana on the Shadow Hunter and just deal damage in general. And now I'm in a good position again. Now I actually have a good fighting position. But my Archmage ran too far forward because he was Invis. Usually, well, I A-moved, and if you A-move and have a unit Invis, it doesn't automatically attack. Hence my Archmage was in a too offensive position. I had to pull him back a bit, and lost some blister time because of that. He decided to also go for MK Focus. I tried to go for the Blade Master again. I just really want the Blade Master kill because I know if I get it, the game is over. But now, as I said, my Archmage was too offensive. He gets this around on my Archmage. I try to go for the Blade Master again, especially so he can't deal so much damage. But the Ensnare is too much. He also has the Sentry Ward somewhere, I think. At least somehow he still had Wish. Yeah, here's the Sentry Ward. He still had Vision on my Archmage, even though he was Invis, and I wasn't aware of the Sentry Ward, so I lost him there. Which is quite a big deal, but I have 900 gold, so I can still go for the Terran Revive, and I think I actually also kind of wanted to bank a little bit of gold just in case I lose a hero, because I thought it was like almost the only way I still lose this game. And now this Blade Master is so defensive after I focused him so much, he has to heal up and such. I decided to just go for Raiders, because if he runs out of End Snare, he can't really pick off any more units. Not that well, at least. And I should be in a good spot. But he still eats Spellbreaker after Spellbreaker with this Kodos, and that's really so efficient. In the meantime, I got my Archmage back with one Spellbreaker to Tavern. I had a Clarity Cell in my inventory spell, so I have enough mana for Blizzard. Instantly Invis him, just to keep him a little bit more safe. And Grubby wanted to go for my Peasants, because he saw that I was being a bit more defensive, so he wants to get rid of my mining, else he will lose over time. And now another not so good move by me. I run into this position towards this Blade Master, and I have his army behind my Archmage, so I don't have any items to save my Archmage with. I can't swap Pot because my MP doesn't have one either. I'm really in danger. And he instantly disenchants Invis, but I can cast it over and over again, and I could check that he's still has mana or not, and he doesn't, so no more disenchants. My Archmage will stay Invis, and it's also quite unlikely that he has Sentry Ward around here. I keep the Saunders Blade Master closed, manage to kill him, and finally can turn this fight around completely, and I win the game with that. Now again, as in the first map actually, I got a tier 2 expansion going again. I had a solid early game with double grunts around, although I only got one grunt because he glitched one of the grunts out with his Blade Master. But in the end, that resource advantage really did it for me, and also I had a lot of time for my expansion. Simply because he was creeping level double free in the meantime, and didn't scout it early on. Still, it was quite a hard game because of that hero advantage and because of him having so many items, and especially Scourge Bone Chance, while I basically didn't have any items. Anyway, I managed to get the series to 2-1, and it is actually match point for me now, so if I win one more map, I would win the best of 5. And we will see in the next and, well, last 2 videos for this series how this continues then. See you guys.